Welcome to the London Project.
Yeah, happy to be here as always.
Yeah, man. Today I've got Michael, also known as Other Michael, because there has been. That's what we need to do. We need to turn fucking phones on silent. Because yes, we have had another Michael on the previous. I think it was episode 3 or 4 of the London projects that I did last year. And yeah, guys, if you want to see those, they're on soundcloud.com/London project. But yeah, I've got Michael with me today, and we are going to focus on Sweden, because we have been there very, very recently and had some good adventures there and stuff. So I figured that we'd explain pretty much everything you need to know about Sweden, like you know, why you'd go there, what you can expect there, where you should stay, where you should go out, what kind of nightlife options there are. So first of all, Michael, I guess we should get with, first of all, why, because it was your choice to go to Sweden this time, right? Wasn't it?
It's like my second time there. I loved it. The first time was amazing. And I thought, I'd bring you along to, because like Swedish girls, like the Nordic girls, they're my type. Like
yes, they are
blondes. That's what draws me there.
Yes, that's that's your type. Is that pretty much like your exclusive type, or
like on the whole planet, like tall blonde, like Nordic types and stuff. So all day long. People try and tell me about Latin girls. I'm like, no, I don't want to know. Tell me about Asian girls. I don't want to know either. Right now.
All right. Well, that's I think that's heresy, Michael, because those two types of girls are very popular.
I've noticed.
Just in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you like how would you describe it? So tall and blonde, would you say? I mean, how would you describe what you're into personally?
Like girls that are like 5'7" to 5'11", yeah. I mean that kind of height range, yeah. Who's like has a nice, like a strong build. You don't see that much in London. Like if you go to like a place like Germany, like North and Central Europe, yeah, you'll see a lot of
that kind of look.
Yeah. I don't bother with so much Eastern Europe. They're kind of like scattered all over the spectrum. But if you particularly go to North and Central Europe, you'll see that kind of build in a woman.
Yeah, so like you said, you have you have been to Sweden before.
Yeah.
So whereas for me it was my first time going this last time. So did it kind of meet your expectations the first time you went there?
No, because we went there, it was freezing. I know, sod's law, right? It was someone's seen rubbish. So it was freezing. It was like we got out there, it was -7. We couldn't explore the place properly. However, I did pool on the second night. We got there on a Thursday. Pooled on a Friday night.
Yeah.
What was it, from that main club? I can't remember the name, but it's that main club. I can't pronounce it. I can never pronounce it.
I think it's called Compagniet or something like that.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't pool from inside a club. That I had a Tinder date in a club that went sour, because when I went in, I approached a friend and I didn't recognise her, and she got pissed off.
Oh dear.
I had to sort of thinking, oh shit, I have to salvage the night. Come outside, it was freezing cold, like -7. I had my like North Face balaclava, and I had a woolly hat over that.
Yeah.
Puffer jacket, like proper. I was like, it was equipped for the weather.
Wow, -7. Yeah.
No, I'm -7 now, and it's up there, so it's even worse. So it's like the climate's really different. So just bumped into a girl, pulled her home, and that was that. She told me she had a boyfriend, and I still escalated on the spot.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I think if we can talk about, like, okay, before we delve into all the details and stuff, if we start with why somebody would want to go to Sweden, like if you've never been to Sweden before, you're thinking about it, kind of like trying to know if it's for you.
Right. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like my opinion on it is that it's on a couple of levels. First of all, kind of similar to what you've just mentioned, Swedish people in general, they have a different attitude to sex, and if you come from like the Western world, you don't quite realise quite how prudish we are in the West. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So yeah, like the Swedes, I can't speak for all the Scandinavian countries, but it seems to be, they have a very relaxed attitude to sex. It's not a huge deal to them. So, if you want to experience what it's like to just not have this prudish environment, yeah, that's one reason why you should go to Sweden to experience that. And obviously the other side is obviously the type of girl, if you're into that type of girl that you've mentioned. It's like a land of giants, isn't it? You notice a lot more tall people, guys, girls, everyone is taller. And even though it is quite a diverse society, Stockholm especially, it's not just tall and blonde people walking around. There are like lots of different types, nationalities. You meet a lot of like Arabian girls there, girls from Africa. But primarily. But then obviously. I think I've had someone mention this before to me. I think it was Ruzi actually. Yeah, he said that the girls over there, they give you get a few points for like being exotic. Yeah,
you do.
So if you don't look traditional, kind of like Swedish look, if you're anything but that, you tend to get bonus points in Sweden. So that might be a reason. If that's your look, if you have that exotic look, you might want to go check it out because you might be quids in. But do you agree with that? Would you say this?
Yeah, it's the look and also the temperament. Because what was known up in the Nordic places is like the guys. They're really I don't want to say feeble, but they're just too mellow for girls.
You just did.
Okay. I didn't, that was the first thing that came to mind. I just didn't want to say it like that, but they're kind of like they're too mellow, and I think the girls, they always want a certain temperament, and I think that's where we win points over there, plus the looks. So guys from London, they're a bit more confident, much more outgoing. Guys there, they just take the back seat.
That's a very good point. The girls, they're used to Swedish guys. Swedish guys, you have to give them credit because these are usually very good looking guys. They're well dressed, good fashion, but they are very mellow. Case in point, you pulled a girl that had a boyfriend. I pulled a girl that had a boyfriend. I was talking to a girl right next to her boyfriend. I didn't even know that was her boyfriend until she kind of said, that's my boyfriend over there and he doesn't look happy. So he
was going to burst into tears, was he?
he didn't confront me or anything.
No,
he just stood there. The girls they'll appreciate, but at the same time though, you can't be too cocky over there. If you go over there with like traditional, like Western, American, English kind of cocky game, you might blow yourself out more often than not. I think there's a balance that they have to strike. You can't be too confident, because the girls over there, they like to be the confident ones. That's what I've noticed.
I think you just have to bring an energy, higher energy than them. You see. In terms of being cocky or arrogant, no, you don't have to do any of that. You don't have to like. You don't even have to be witty with them. I think you just have to be like, show like a high energy, like really confident. But I think.
All right. So that's why you might want to go there if you have those attributes. All right. Let's talk about like what Like I said, I'm trying to think of a person that's is interested but has never been there. So I think first of all, the first tip I can think of is if you're going to fly to Sweden, Stockholm, definitely fly to Arlanda, right? Because there are a couple of airports there. One of them, I know this because my friend flew there last year, and he mentioned that it was literally a runway and a hut. And Stansted, he flew from Stansted, Ryanair, and I can't remember the name of the airport, but it was literally a hut and a runway. So. Definitely stick to Arlanda, because that's the main Stockholm airport, and that's the one that has the fast train straight into Stockholm.
20 minutes.
20 minutes, man.
20 minutes journey.
It's quite expensive, but if you book in advance, I think you can save
like £20 return, £30 return.
But I paid nearly 50 because
I didn't warn you, Kez.
Because I'm lazy like that. All right, so that's that. And then where would you recommend that you stay? Where did you stay last time?
So I stayed in a place called Comfort Inn. I think the hotels there, They're good. You just have to stay in a place called Norrmalm. I think anywhere by the train station, like where you come off at, there's a place called Norrmalm.
Yeah.
It's like there's lots of hotels around there. Just stay around there. There's nowhere else to stay really.
Yeah.
It makes it easy just to cut through into the main places.
Yeah, because it seems like it's quite a spread out town.
It is, yeah.
But from what I noticed, the nightlife, the most nightlife options are around an area called Stureplan.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you say, Norrmalm is walking distance from Stureplan, so about 10-15 minutes walk. So yeah, it's worth staying central. Yeah, near the central station. When you come in from Stockholm airport, so that's probably the best bet. Stay central, either Stureplan or Norrmalm.
Yeah.
Because daytime wise, I mean, how do you describe Stockholm? And I mean, I'd describe it as it's a pretty. I mean, it's pretty and it's quiet and it's obviously very ordered, being Scandinavian. But yeah, apart from that, it's another modern European city, really.
Yeah. I mean, there's not many sights and sounds. You know, if you go in there, it's kind of like, you know, you're going there to game girls. There's nothing else to see in terms of culture or history. I don't think anyone would be interested in that, really.
Yeah.
I mean, ages ago was the Vikings, but no one cares about that. So you're not going in to learn anything about that. I think just daytime there is kind of like. It's kind of boring. I think you just have to, like, the food there's nice, but you're gonna have to fork out the money for it though. It's so expensive there.
It is expensive.
You know, I was foraging at McDonald's, man. I wasn't gonna. I mean, the first time I went there, I was spending, but no, I said this time I ain't gonna do that. But yeah, that's it for daytime. It's nothing much.
Yeah, I mean, they've got an old town.
Yeah.
Gamla Stan. If you want to walk around somewhere a little bit more quaint, there's that. But yeah, like you say, you know, it's not like a huge amount kind of touristy stuff to see.
No.
You know, being in kind of daytime, it's just you know, just scope the place out and see if you see anything to your liking, really.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so what about nighttime options? So essentially, like, you've only really been to one main club then. Yeah.
Because it's all the hot girls go there. I don't know anywhere else, you see. So it's like, that's the main place. All the girls go there. It gets packed.
Yeah.
You know, you can't go wrong in there. And there's nowhere else. There's not really sport for choice in terms of clubs. I mean, you know.
But on the first night though, we did, because obviously we went there on Midsummer weekend, which I wouldn't recommend anyone ever go there Midsummer weekend, because we thought it would be like a massive celebration and they'll be busy.
Well, it was
everywhere.
It's just that it wasn't in Stockholm.
Yeah,
like, it was outside in the countryside.
Yeah, the celebration happens outside of Stockholm. So if you're going to Stockholm, don't go on that weekend, which is like the middle of June. Yeah, I mean, apart from that, so the first night we were there, the Friday night, we went to a place called Laika.
And there's a place called Soda.
Yeah, Sodermalm, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah. But it seemed to be like it was busy, massive queue, but it seemed to be the only place in the entire block. There was no other venues. It's one of those venues that you get a taxi to, and then you're in the middle of nowhere. And then if you don't like it, you'd have to get a taxi to somewhere else.
Do you know what? I think there's other places around Stockholm, you know. I think because we were just so strapped for time, I reckon if we did a week there, we'd find all these other places.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think, you know, someone told us to go Laker. We went there, but I reckon if we had a week or two there, we would find out much more places. You know, I'm sure there's other places in Stockholm.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's the thing. When you're new in a town, you end up doing all the easy touristy shit, right? Because that's what's available. But yeah, I mean, on the last night we were there, we met some local Swedes, and they took us to a place called Soap Bar, which
I've been there.
Yeah, which was actually a good look because it was busy for a Sunday night.
Yeah.
And we would never have found it without, you know, Swedes kind of like pointing us in that direction. But yeah, I think let's not beat around the bush. The main nightlife option is going to be Stureplan, and when you go there, the biggest club on that strip is going to be the one we just talked about, Compagniet, I think. I'm probably murdering that pronunciation. But yeah, it's how do you describe that club? Like the vibe?
Oh, hey, it's lively. I think if anything, the vibe is good. But what's more important is that the girls are girls are nice.
And they're friendly as well.
Yeah, not only I was going to say, not only are they nice, that they're receptive. You know, they're so chilled out.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to get. You see, the girls there, they're not defensive like they are in London. I don't know. It's just like they just go with the flow. It's like I say, they're just not defensive at all.
Yeah, you can go around and make a lot of friends. I mean, obviously, if you're gaming, you might want to get out of the friendship frame at some point. But certainly early in the night, it's very easy to just go and talk to girls, and they'll all be very friendly and talk to you.
Yeah.
That's what we did that first night. And yeah, also that companion club. Feels like it's on 3 levels. Obviously, it depends how busy it is. They'll close off certain sections. But the first night we were there, we had the rooftop. We were on the rooftop, which was nice. So open air, even though it started to rain. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Rained a bit, so which was a shame. But it was nice to be out in the open. Nice music, kind of electro, kind of, you know, that kind of. I think the Swedes they tend to like this kind of electro. It's fairly commercial electro. It's not like deep underground.
Nah.
But they do seem to enjoy it, and they, you know, dance and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's. I mean, I think the closest that I can compare it to in London would be like a Kensington Roof Gardens.
Kensington Roof Gardens.
Have you ever been there?
Yeah. I used to go there a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. It kind of strikes me again with that whole outdoor area.
It's like Kensington Roof Gardens, but the girls there are so much hotter, man. So much hotter.
Well,
way hotter.
This guy is already sold.
Oh, so yeah.
He wants to move out there.
Bias view, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah, I would, if I could get a house there, I would, seriously. I love it.
Yeah.
I love, see, the thing is in Sweden, the atmosphere is just chilled out, so yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice and quiet, yeah.
So then, let's talk about that first night then, because I'm trying to think. We all got separated at some point, did we, or did we not?
First night? No, that was the second night, Saturday night. We all kicked out.
Right, yeah. Okay, so the first night was when Paul met someone and left.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was me and you, and yeah, we gave it a sterling attempt. There's a few opportunities. How did it go for you? How did your night go?
Well, I didn't like a close shave or I missed a nice opportunity. I think, like, you know, I was gaming, and then I got a girl, and then she was interested in me. She was into me, and then we went into a toilet together.
What were you doing in the toilet with the?
She was pissing.
Okay.
And then I knew she was going to go piss. I thought, okay, I waited for her to finish, and I'll try it. But then it's like she wasn't having it. So, you know, I thought, you know, I was in for one. Like I was actually gonna fuck, so I could bang. But no, she wasn't having it.
Yeah, the toilet situation in what seems to be the whole country of Sweden, or definitely the clubs that I went into, it's a very strange toilet situation, isn't it? Could you just explain how the toilets are arranged?
Well, in that club, I'm not going to pronounce it, but in that club, it's like unisex toilets, and it's like anyone can walk in, and no one cares. It's like
you can walk in with a girl.
You can walk in with a girl. There's no one there. There's no toilet attendant.
Go into a cubicle with a girl.
Yeah. Go in there.
No one cares.
No one cares. Everyone's just like, yeah, whatever.
Nice. So you went into a cubicle with a girl, but she wasn't on it.
Nah, man, she weren't on it. So fuck it, and we just come back out, and I just did my thing, and
yeah. I'm trying to think for me, because it was a hazy night, because I was getting drunk that night. I remember I had, like you say, some close shaves myself. But it seemed to be, you get to a certain point with the girl, like maybe you'd kiss a little bit, and then or you'd attempt to kiss, and then, you know, the friends, or there were a lot of social circles that night. Even the girl that you were with, I'm sure she had friends as well. It seems to be very social circle heavy that night, and there was a lot of cock blocking going on. The
social circle thing, I think, you know, if girls are with friends, and like, it's like you get with one girl and she's into you, but then like there's another girl and she's not really on it that night. She has to be on it with the other guy equally, otherwise she's going to just get the friend and say, look, let's go.
Exactly.
So the other guy has to engage her just as much, otherwise it's not going to happen.
Yeah. So so that was that first night, really. Not really much else to report. Apart from Paul, he managed to get lucky and disappeared halfway through the night. Didn't see him till the next morning. That guy. So yeah, the next night. First of all, you got kicked out. We went back to the same club because why not? It seems to be the best club around. And it was fairly quiet. I mean, for Saturday night, it started out fairly quiet. We got there about 11:30. Would you say? Yeah. And and then pretty soon afterwards, you vanished. So what happened to you?
Yeah, I tried to, because that VIP in that club is like the best. Like last November, I went there. Upstairs was like a different. You'd think you're in a different like place altogether. Upstairs, like top quality girls, like wicked. Like I remember going there last November. It was amazing. Like it was quite big as well. So I thought, I'm going up there. So first attempt I made, like I said, can I go up? The guy said no. But all you had to do to get to VIPs is be on the guest list. There's nothing special about it. You just had to be on the guest list. But I just thought I'd try my luck. So when his back was turned, or when he went away, so what I did, I ran up the stairs. I got quite far in. I think someone that in the line, I think they grasped me up and they said, look, some guy went upstairs, so he caught up with me. So I reckon if I just kept running, I would have got in. But yeah, I got sent out.
Yeah. Did they ban you or anything, or was it just?
Oh no, they just sent me out. Hopefully, that's what I was thinking. Hopefully that next time I go there, there won't be the same security guys working there. But yeah, I wasn't banned or anything like that. But,
yeah. Like I said, we kind of disappeared. But yeah, me and Paul were in there. We were doing our thing, just as usual, really. I'm trying to think. There wasn't really anything of note happening that night. So there were two rooms open. One was like underground kind of hip hop room, which was packed, really really busy, really loud music, playing all the latest kind of hip hop and R&B. So if you're into that, it's definitely a shout. And then the other room was more generic, kind of commercial sounds that you'd hear pretty much anywhere, really.
So those were two rooms that were open. There was a basement one. They didn't open that one either.
Yeah. And again, the rooftop bit wasn't open. But yeah, we just did our thing until again Paul he kind of left first. We were kind of in and out. We discovered the smoking area. We'd go out. We kind of mingle in the smoking area, chat for a bit. And then Paul, I think he kind of left. I think he was with some girl and he left, and then I went out to the smoking area, and then I met the two girls in green, and the night took a turn. But yeah, just before we get to that, I just want to kind of talk about the girls. Like what can people expect? Game wise, like how should they, like what's the difference between Swedish girls and kind of English girls? Would you say, like, how should you change your approach in any way?
You have to change your approach. I think you can't be cocky. Like I said before, you don't have to be witty with them. You could be straightforward, just be confident, but you don't have to kind of like perform for them, if you know what I mean. You don't have to with English girls, I think you have to be like the guy, like life and soul of the party, center of attention. They prefer that. In Stockholm, it's not so much. If you just chilled out and mellow and just like not mellow, but just quietly confident, then you get along with them. I just think you just have to be on that level, really.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to think, what we're doing, and it feels like I was striking out a lot that night up to that point, because like I go for quite a kind of cocky angle, maybe with some kind of a little bit of negging thrown in there, and I wouldn't really recommend that.
Not there.
Yeah, just
America,
be straightforward.
But not there.
Yeah. Just be straightforward. Just talking stuff. They do like. Do you ever do any dance floor? Any kind of like dancing or anything like that?
No, I don't bother with that. I just chat.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered. I mean, if I'm dancing, I can't bother with any moves.
How did you find it in the club before you got kicked out? How did you find it? Did you?
No, it was good. It was building up. I was just chatting to some girl, really nice, and she just went up to VIP, and it's like, she went up to VIP with her friends, and she goes, "Yeah, I'll come back and get you, and you can come back and you come up with us for the VIP." And I said, "Why don't you just bring me up with you right now?" And she goes, "I'll come back and get you." I thought, "Oh, fuck that." And then she went up, and then I thought, oh, okay, well, I'll just wait for my chance to get up to VIP. The bouncer turned, he went away, and then I went up.
Yeah. And that's that's how the cookie crumbled.
Well, it worked in your favour, because then you got the
Yeah, I was all by myself.
Yeah, kind of worked for you in a way.
Yeah, because you were gone, Paul was gone, and anyway, so back to the girls in green. So there's two girls, and one slightly taller than the other one, both Swedish girls. So they were both smoking outside. I went in and I just started talking, just nonsense as you do. Both decent, very very decent girls, fairly friendly. The taller one had a boyfriend, and you can tell that she was the one that was kind of like more detached. So she was like just observing more, and I was getting on quite well with her shorter friend, and just kind of like had a bit of a cigarette and just had a bit of a drink, and it was probably like 2:30 at this time, so there wasn't that much of the night left. So anyway, we chat for a bit outside, and then we go back in because she wants to go back in to like dance and stuff. So we go back in, and on the way in, they go to the toilet, and I'm kind of waiting outside the toilet for them. And I swear to God, they were ages in there. Yeah, they were ages in there. Like,
you know what they were doing in there, mate. You got to judge my video, mate.
I mean, I've got no idea what they were doing in there, but they were so long. Like, I saw people come and go. I saw other couples come and go in and out of the toilet, and I'm thinking, what the fuck are they doing? Like, I mean, I thought they were having the chat. Like sometimes before you pull a girl, they'll, two friends will go off and they'll have a chat, and it'll be basically, one will say, "You're not about to go home with this guy, are you?" And then the other one will be like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about it." And then they'll just kind of like try and convince her not to do it, if you know what I mean. Yeah. And then whatever happens. That's jealousy, right? When it comes it's just a standard thing. So I thought they were having that conversation where basically I was about to get cock blocked. But anyway, I just waited it out because I was like I said, it was nearly 3 a.m. There was nothing else happening. Yeah. So might as well stick to it. So I just waited, and then after what felt like 15 minutes or so, they came out, and bit of a relief. They came out, so we carried on. We went to the dance floor. We danced for a bit, and then it was closing time. And that's when all the drama started outside. We went outside. And Sweden, like I said, it's a fairly diverse society. So we go outside, and there's a lot of dudes all of a sudden just standing around, and it's just me. It's just me with these two hot girls, and it's like when a lion makes a kill. Yeah. And, all the other lions or whatever, hyenas maybe. Yeah. Try to they're inching closer and closer to the kill. Like, it just felt a little bit like that. So
they're too sensitive out there. They ain't gonna do nothing really.
Yeah, I mean, there were guys who come over and start chatting, and either chat to me or try and chat to the girls and stuff. But I don't know. Like, I was friendly, but obviously I was quite stern as well, quite firm, because no cock blocking happening on my watch today, lads. So anyway, so and then the other thing that happened was, the taller girl, because again, she was all right to me. We all got on, but I mean, if anyone was going to cock block, it would be her, obviously. And she was like, we're not sure if you can come with us because I want my friend all to myself tonight. and obviously at this point I'm like, whatever. Like, I've heard girls say all sorts of stuff over the years, so I didn't really take it seriously. And then just carried on chatting, and then I just said whatever, I'll just come for some drinks, come for some wine or whatever. Yeah, and then ordered a taxi. They ordered a taxi, and finally it showed up, and we got in the taxi, and that was the dynamics changed then, because obviously, when you get in a taxi with a couple of girls, obviously, and you're going back to their place, something's on, right?
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah. I mean, it's a green light. It's not, you can't look a gift horse in the mouth.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, they were like speaking in Swedish to each other. I got no idea what they were saying. And it was a bit of a long journey. These girls lived like a long way outside central Stockholm, probably about 10 miles outside the centre. So the Uber was a fairly long trip. But we got there, and to be honest, I still didn't think that they would be they'd be down to, I don't know, some kind of lesbian thing or whatever. I just didn't believe that would really happen. I was just biding my time. I was just like, I've pulled one girl, I think she's into me, I'm just going to focus on her and just see what else kind of happens, really. So when we got to her place, the wine started to flow. Had some wine, and then the taller girl went to the bathroom, and then I thought that this is my chance to escalate on the girl that I've pulled. So just started making out. Took her to the bedroom, and it started getting heavy, and looked behind me, and the friend walks in, and then that's when shit starts to get real.
Fuck.
They were really into each other.
Oh man, I'm just thinking I'm missed out badly. But I read the story. Bloody hell.
Yeah. They were really into each other, and so I just obviously, just kind of like enjoyed them being into each other for a bit, and then just got involved, and it was a pretty awesome experience, all in all. But it kind of ties into what we were saying earlier on about, they just have a different attitude to sex over there. It's just, they're just a lot more blasé about things like that.
I think if you look on the continent as a whole, I noticed that their attitude's similar. I think coming to England, especially down in the south in London, it's like they are defensive. Out there, they're not defensive about anything like that. They just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Here, I think, the thing is, when guys know game here, it's better for them to learn game here, because when they go to another country, it doesn't matter where in the world, it's easier for them to get on. But I think gaming in London really sharpens you up, because we have to deal with difficult girls, but when they come out there, they're not difficult at all.
Yep. Yeah. So obviously, I've known you for not that long, really. Probably last year. Last summer.
Yeah.
Met you around the same time as I met the other Michael.
Right.
And one of the first experiences that I had of you was when I saw you. You pulled this pretty decent girl from book club.
Yeah.
From the dance floor.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking that was just insane, because the dance floor is so loud in like the basement of book club.
Yeah.
But you were leaning back talking to her. You weren't even like leaning into her ear talking to her. You were leaning back.
Yeah.
I just couldn't believe how you could keep her entertained enough just by talking.
Yeah.
At the book club dance floor, which is it's quite a raucous place.
Yeah, it is.
People in there. If you're going to go to book club, don't wear your best outfits. Like somebody will pour beer all over it or something, man. The crowd in there, they just jostle so much.
I know.
It's mental.
It is.
So people like that kind of energy in there. But I just saw you just talk to this girl, just leaning back, talking to her, and then you just both left. It felt like you were talking to her for like 10 minutes, and then you just both left. So that was my first major impression. I think I'd met you before then as well, but that was my first kind of major impression of you, and then I just thought, wow, Michael's got game. So from your point of view, what happened that night?
Yeah, I was talking. I saw her earlier, but she was with like a group of guys, 4 guys, and I thought, oh fuck that. And then I said it was coming to the end of the night. I said, okay, let me just chat to her. So I did, and it turns out those were just her housemates. Yeah, we were talking, and she was just joking around, and she was quite fun. But you know, and then I took her number. So at first she was like, oh, okay, well, you got my number, let's meet up again. And I was like, no, just chill for a bit. And she stayed, and we started dancing. And again, she tried to say the same thing. Look, you got my number, I want to go home, I'm tired now. She goes, no, you got my number, look, call me another time. I said, no, let's chill. And then we started talking some more. And then she goes, okay, let's head out, let's go. We got to the top, we got outside on the street, and she goes, well, let's go to your place. I said, oh, it's far from here, let's go to yours. And she goes, So she was living out in Aldgate, so I said, yeah, let's walk it. It's only like a 10-minute walk. So we walked, and yeah, we got to her place, and it was on. Only thing with her is that she's like I don't know, she's a personal trainer, fitness instructor, whatever. But
yeah, she looked very fit.
Yeah, her torso was like it's solid, like a rock. And I didn't enjoy that feeling.
Well, like a 6-pack or something.
Yeah, she had a 6-pack, and it was like her torso, like her body was just like so like a rock. I didn't enjoy like touching her torso basically, but her thighs and that were amazing. But
yeah. So you say you just had a conversation, but I mean, how can you just go from having a conversation to okay, come back? I mean, just that just sounds like magic there.
Yeah. She I was persistent, because like there's times she tried to palm me off, like she really tried to palm me off to say, look, you got my number, you can call me another time. And I said, look, I'm gonna push this to the end. I'll see where I can go with this, because so many times I've got with girls and they say, look, you got my Facebook, you got my number. He's trying to.
It doesn't mean anything, does it?
It doesn't bridge the gap. They just forget. They're just drunk in the moment. They're just like enjoying it in the moment, and then the next day wake up, they think, "Oh, fuck that."
Yeah.
But I tried to push it to the end, and it worked in my favour.
So you think that you were just persistent, that instead of just saying, "Okay, I've got your number," and being satisfied with that, you just carried on talking to her. You
just carried on talking to her, and then she just she's probably just like she liked what I was saying, and I can't remember, because it was quite a while back. I can't remember the minute detail about it, but yeah, she's just like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
I think she met her flatmate outside, and he was like, yeah, where are you going? She goes, yeah, we're going home. I thought he was just going to try and block it, and he just went his own way, so it was all good.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, from this impression, you get the impression that she's like a mature girl, like she can make that decision straight away.
Yeah.
She's met a girl that she likes, she's not going to fuck around, she's just going to take you home, basically. So she's quite an in charge kind of chick, really.
Yeah. I think and plus she wasn't from London. She was out. I find that girls out of London, they're just like that. They're not. They're cool like that. So I fucked her. Condom broke. I was like, fuck, shit.
Oh dear.
At first, when we got to her place, she wasn't supposed to. She was supposed to have sex because she had a procedure done. Like she had an IUD fitted. Those of you who don't know what an IUD is, it's like what they call it, intrauterine device. It's like
it's a contraceptive.
Yeah. She had that fear. She didn't voice it to me. She goes, the doctor said I shouldn't be doing anything. You should. She was on top of me saying this. She said, look, come back next Friday. I said, okay, cool, I'll come back next Friday. And she goes, are you sure you're going to come back to me next Friday? I said, yeah, cool. And then all of a sudden, like, we just started fucking. I can't remember, like she just pulled me in. I was just like, yeah. And then I put a condom on. I said, oh shit. And then we just started fucking. And then we did our thing, and I pulled out, and then the condom broke. I thought, oh shit, the condom broke. And it's like, oh man. And then she goes, don't worry, I'll sort out the pill tomorrow. And then she was like half asleep saying that. I was like, really, are you going to sort it out tomorrow? She was like half asleep saying that, and I was kind of like pissed off, because I fucking came in her, and she wasn't really convincing, like, to say that, to like, assure me that she would get the pill next day. But anyway, she wanted to go to sleep. She tried to kick me out of her house. So I said, no, I'm tired, I fucked, and I'm tired, I'm staying here. And she goes, then she just left. I don't know where she went. She went to, I think she went into one of the flatmates' rooms. I couldn't find her, so I just went to sleep anyway.
Wow. So she's like a Black Widow then. As soon as she's done with you, she's like, get the fuck out. I'll rip your head off.
Yeah. But yeah,
right.
no, I stayed there, and then I woke up and I was like, I looked around and I saw on her like, I was relieved because like when I fucked her, she didn't tell me what the procedure was, and I came in and I thought, oh shit, she has to get a pill. But when I woke up, I saw on her, she had like a piece of paper from the NHS saying that she had like a device fitted, and I was like, oh phew, because it's like she can't get pregnant. She just can't get pregnant, so it's like that was confirmation for me.
So
whether she got the pill or not, it's like okay, cool, yeah.
So what's your obviously to get to that kind of level or whatever? What's your background in game? When did you start to pick this shit up, and who did you learn with?
I reckon it's like most guys in game. It's like picking up that book, The Game, by Neil Strauss. That's the root of everything. Like really. With
it is with the old school guys. A lot of the new guys get into it with like YouTube and and prank videos, and you know they kind of discover pickup videos through other YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So what you read the book The Game? What do you think of it as a book?
It was a good. You know, when I first heard of it, I thought it would give a step-by-step guide. I think that was most guys thought about it. It's like, oh right, that's end. That's what most guys thought. They would just thought. They'll give some like algorithmic kind of like method as to how to get a girl. So I really enjoyed it, but it didn't like meet my expectations in terms of like all the little details of how to gain the girl basically.
It was more of just a story about Mystery and how Neil met Mystery and their relationship, and how Mystery nearly committed suicide, and then how he would have turned it around and all that kind of shit. It's a good book. I'm quite enjoying it.
So see who's gonna play Tyler, because Tyler's in it. He's involved in the story. So
Interesting.
Because
he was painted pretty badly in the book, like a weirdo basically. In the book. So you know, he's done all right to build a massive empire of RSD out of it. So what was the first kind of like official training that you did, or official kind of whatever?
So I read that book in probably 06, 07, and then after that, I didn't really look into anything else, because like I didn't know I just gave up on it because there wasn't enough, like I think, I don't know, did you know about RSD before? Like
no.
See, I didn't know about them. They were around for time. For some reason I got the game. I didn't know any other pickup artists that were around. I just went about dating as normal basically, with no real pickup skills. And then I come about, and it because as information became more like prevalent, it's like you manage to like look into it more, so you become more exposed on YouTube and stuff like that. So found out about a guy called David D'Angelo, watched a few of his stuff, bought a book.
W Dating,
yeah,
that guy.
So from like 2010, 2011, I started getting into it like proper. So I used to go in like with routine openers and stuff like that, like indirect openers. And, the kind of openers, like opinion openers, that kind of stuff. Which worked well. It worked well, to be honest.
I think we've all been there. We've all been there back in the day. I used to use those as well. So how would you describe, if I would say, I think your game now is fairly direct, like you don't really kind of like mess around, you tend to just go in with the girl that you're attracted to. You just kind of tend to go in and make that fairly apparent that you're attracted to her. So like, how would you describe the way that you approach now?
I just go up to him with the same opener. Like I know, like if I see a girl with a nice physique, like I'll just go up to her and say, look, you've got like the nicest physique I've seen forever. And then like a lot of their responses is like they are like surprised, because a lot of girls, they don't think much of themselves, to be honest. They're surprised. Like, they're like, seriously, do you think I'm like that? So it's like, I just go up to them direct, show intent.
Because that is quite unique. I mean, there's not that many people that would go up and just compliment a woman's body just so blatantly like that.
Right.
So
I learned that from another pickup artist actually. So I tested it and it works well. So
there you go. You heard it here first. Cool. So let's talk about London then, because that's where we are right now. We're about to go out tonight in London. You like East London, so
Yeah.
Shoreditch.
Yeah, hipsters.
Yeah. I think you like it because that's probably the most kind of English area where
Yeah.
you're likely to meet the most English people, English
Yeah.
girls.
Yeah, my type of girls.
Whereas Central one, well, that would just be a mixture of everyone, tourists
Yeah.
and travellers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So give some venues shout outs then to, like, in Shoreditch. Where would you say that you rate?
We always end up going to, like, I think book club. Me and Mike used to go there week after week, man. And girls there was, for some reason, it attracted all the like hot, nice girls, not hot girls, but really nice girls. You know,
Yeah.
like 7s and sometimes 8s.
Did you say that you had like success there though, like a lot of success?
Did I have a lot of success there? I had a fair amount, yeah. You know, whether it was like a closing a night, like a first night, or just, you know, meeting them next day, I think, yeah. But yeah, the kind of girls are there are kind of sweet.
All right, so book club.
Book club, you got Hoxton Square, you got what's called
Siegfried's.
yeah, that's kind of like an after thing. Like, you know, people go from like Hoxton Bar and Grill or Hoxton Bar and Kitchen to Siegfried's, like because they shut at 3, everywhere in Shoreditch shuts at 2.
Yeah.
So they do like the final hour at Siegfried. So yeah.
So if, you know, for a newbie that's never kind of hung out in Shoreditch, like, so just like you'd say go to book club. Anywhere else?
Book club. You got like where else you got? Yeah, no. Surprisingly, there's not many. There's a few bars you can hop in and out. There's a place called Corner Shop, which I don't bother going into. I don't like the crowd, but there's some nice girls there. Corner Shop's all right.
Yeah.
Barrio East is okay, and then there's one next door called the Shoreditch. Yeah, that's good sometimes, but I just stick to book club. I'm just happy there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barrier East, yes, it's quite decent, and yeah, the Hoxton Square Bar and Grill. Also rate that. Or is it Bar and Kitchen?
Hoxton Bar and Kitchen.
Yeah. Also rate that.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah. So that's that is East London. But yeah, we're about to go out. We're about to go out and hit the town tonight.
Yeah.
Michael. Around Covent Garden. We are going to go around some venues around here.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's a productive night, man.
Yeah, it better be.
But it's hot, so this fucking studio is hot. So we're gonna
need to get some fans in here, man.
I know. So we're gonna call it quits. But Michael, I appreciate you coming in and talking about Sweden and letting everyone know about why they should definitely go to Stockholm.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. Thanks for doing this.
All right. Cool. No problems. Cheers.